and welcome back to the British Empire in Stellaris. Last we left off, it was a few days ago, but I remember that we had just colonized Alphard, or at least the system of Alphard, and rather the planet that is currently called Tyrannia, in efforts to seclude the Fourth Reich planet that they took from the Grymic Syndicate. But besides that, I don't think much was happening. So I guess we shall just continue to do our thing, you know, expanding, colonizing, and so on. Just gonna put it on max speed. We should probably do something about the whole, you know, energy crisis, but I don't think there's too much to do because the only available resources we have to gain, except from going into each of our planets, is only minerals and Beltharian. But Beltharian can indirectly improve it once it's harvested because it should give us the access to make Beltharian power reactors, which give us 6 minerals. It's actually quite a lot, so why don't we start there? We're going to go ahead and take a look at Earth. Like I said, it's been a few days since I played, so I'm not sure what our immediate goals are, but I can gander. We might as well just upgrade this. We still have a ton, an absolute ton of minerals stockpiled. Well, okay, not an actual ton, but we still have a lot. I believe we were researching to clear out all that toxic kelp. At the moment, we can go ahead and upgrade the physics lab. We don't really need to upgrade the hydroponics farm. It's not going to be doing anything useful for quite a while, actually. So why don't we instead preemptively build a power plant so that Pop can use it. And then we can upgrade this power plant over here. And we can actually do a bunch of upgrades. We might as well just queue them all up. Okay, we now still have 200 left, and we still have 16 ships available out of our capacity. So, what do we want to do? Do we want to make some more ships? Might be useful in the case that we do get attacked. So why don't we do that? We can go ahead and queue up a few Isabella class. Only 2 actually, but that's alright. That should account for a fair amount of increase in firepower. Have we explored Enif? I guess so. So, with that amount of physics over there, we may very well want to get a frontier outpost over here. But before we do that, we should definitely explore some of the other systems because they could be very useful as well. So it looks like that rests in Fourth Reich space. Yep. But things are still looking good as far as over here. We haven't seen any expansionistic empires, or really empires at all, even on the border stars outside of our wormhole station. Yeah, I believe that's mineral processing. Hopefully we get, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. That right there, spaceport level 3. I mean, she's probably, well, whatever. We need destroyers if we're going to fight the Fourth Reich. And hopefully we will fight the Fourth Reich this episode or the next one. Let's at least take a look at our comparative power. So their fleet power is still superior to us. But hopefully we can bridge the gap with an extra star station here on Tyrannia and destroyers. Because that, I feel like, will make a very large difference, that is. And actually, I was wondering, do we even... Okay, we do have the ability to use Beltharian stone. So why don't we pop over here to Alpha Centauri Prime.
Complete.
And why don't we go over here and we build a Beltharian power plant. Yes. We don't have it yet, but we will once this is done over here, which will be done anytime. So let's see, some construction is finished. Let's make sure that our spaceports are up to snuff. They are not, so that's okay, but we don't even have enough minerals to do anything with that, so that's fine. And let's see, we're exploring the planets over here. If we look over here, we have finally accomplished our goal, so there's no chance of any reinforcements getting this planet unless they go through our space, either the state of Hychasa, I remember, or the British Empire space. So things are looking good. So let's see, they finished the mining station over here, And we got this. Oh, actually no, it's just outside of it, so that sucks. But hopefully it'll grow once Tyrannia becomes an actual colony. Until then, we might as well continue building all that we can over here on Alphard. And it actually looks like Situla over here is now part of our borders. So as you can see, our borders are actually quite large, and the hope is that we can steal this planet from the Fourth Reich. You know, liberation, of course, in the name of imperialistic goals of the British Empire. But still, hopefully we can steal it away from the Fourth Reich, and that will full out our borders. I mean, I don't know. Our buddies over here might want it, but, you know, I don't know if they can say, like, hey, we want this or not. I do not know. Alright, Olam looks like it just came to our borders. So I don't know if we actually want to do anything over here.
Research complete.
I guess we'll just let time go by. Kelp removal. Holy crap, that is so important. Let's see. Arctic world, huh? Well, let's look at species, because if I can remember what the Gagassis were, we can see if they happen to just so be Arctic. Were they called the Gagassi? That's a true question. I don't believe so. Let's see. Did these happen to be the guys? Tuxcha. So definitely not. Oh no, they were these guys. They were these guys. No? No, those are allies. Never mind. Maybe they've just integrated as Herrenvolk? I'm not quite sure. I didn't think that's how it worked. Nazira. Maybe it's... No. Alright, well, I'm quite confused, but it's whatever. We'll do something else. I don't believe we know the location of... Oh, these are all Arctic worlds. Okay. Maybe this changes. But we don't really know the location of any primitives, so it's not really useful to us. Let's see. Arctic worlds. This may actually be more useful than we thought. That's a pretty small planet, especially for our 5th out of currently 5 core sectors. Directly controlled planets. What about this planet over here? This is also 14, even though it looks way bigger. So that's alright. Desert world, ocean, tropical, Gaian, ocean. So, you know, I'm not really sure how much Arctic world's really going to benefit us. We have plenty of other useful places, but how about we go for this relatively cheap tech of dangerous wildlife removal? Now, if we go to Windsor over here, we should be able to remove this kelp, and that should be our first and foremost goal, because this kelp is not allowing Windsor, or actually, excuse me, Novaterra over there to expand. Same with, okay, we don't have the money, but same with Alpha Centauri Prime over here. Now, if we look over here at Tyrannia, you know what? I'm going to change it to something easier to say. Let's see, Victoria. You know what? How about we call this the Victoria system? And we call the planet Victoria Prime. Nope, no, that's not what I wanted to do. Grand Victoria. There we go. Grand Victoria, our newest planet, which is primarily an ocean planet. And things are looking good. We might as well... We're going to wait a month and clear this, because if we put the pop here, they're going to get boosted from the ship shelter. Maybe not, but still. It'll be fine either way. So survey system is done. Completely useless. Whatever. You know what? I don't think there's any enemies over here, so I'm just gonna... You just survey your little heart away. Yeah. Looks good to me. So now I'm just gonna let some time go by. So nothing really interesting had happened until our scumbaggy... Look at these guys. Right on our border. In fact, that was in our border. What a bunch of clowns, man. Colonizing that planet. Well, whatever. What can we do? Are we still on good terms with them? Of course we are. Yeah, they're friendly with us. Is there anything else we can do to just, you know... Yeah, sure not. You don't want migratory access? Okay. What about... No, there's really not anything else we can give them. Alright, well that's whatever. What can we do? We can go down here to Situla and we can build some mining and some research stations. That's what we can do. Let's see. We hop back down to Earth real quick. There's nothing to build there. Novaterra. While they're clearing stuff. So now... do we want to... Nah. We can just let them grow at the pace they're going to grow. Because they're already going to fill up. For the most part, at least. Until we get rid of dangerous wildlife. But even then, they're going to fill up quite fast.
Construction complete.
Why don't we send... Wait. Oh, they're constructing that. I was really confused. Oh, look at Grand Victoria over here. So they built what they needed to over here, and they'll grow eventually. Besides that, we're just kind of chilling. Oh, that's what we should do. We should make sure all these planets have governors. Let's see, Novaterra, Alpha Centauri. Grand Victoria is the only one that isn't. Okay, that's good. Why don't we find... it's just like overall build cost. I think construction time. That seems pretty useful, especially for a planet as big as Grand Victoria. Okay, man. Now the borders look pretty whack. Oh, whatever. What can you do? Alright, now we'll let some more time go by. Okay, so we're back. Nothing particular happened. However, I decided that first we're going to cancel an edict, which was giving us increased technology. Where are edicts? Edicts are in government. I guess, yeah, edicts. We're going to get rid of that, and instead we are going to, in fact, build a frontier outpost right here on Sethelbach. Mainly because my war goals for when we do go to war with the Fourth Reich are to take this planet and this planet, which will set us over this directly controlled planet, so that's gonna be kind of whatever, but or at least that's my goals, unless our ally wants this planet over here, because this planet is definitely more useful than this planet. I mean, this is like 7 engineering research, plus we know this is 16 size planet since all capital planets are 16 size, but this planet over here has, let's see, 4 energy credits, 5 minerals, and another 6 we could possibly get. And plus this would be a good, we'd be able to make a wall sort of so that we could have better isolation of this area over here. That's the words I'm looking for. We're still hemorrhaging energy credits, which is terrible, so why don't we go over here to Alpha Centauri Prime, because I know that we can do that. And there we go. Problem solved. Let's see, he's going over there to do his thing, and I'll be back once something interesting happens. See ya.